Souvenir industry and shopping.
In this lesson, let us understand the importance of souvenir industry and shopping in tourism. Tourists not only come for a visit to see a special scenery or a cultural activity, but sometimes for its special local product as well. A souvenir, from a French word for a remembrance or memory, memento, keepsake or token of remembrance, is an object a person acquires for the memories the owner associates with it. The term souvenir brings to mind the mass produced kitsch that is the main commodity of souvenir and gift shops in many tourist shops around the world. But a souvenir can be any object that can be collected or purchased and transported home by the traveler. The object itself has no real significance other than the psychological connection the possessor has with the object as a symbol of past experience. In today's lesson, we are going to learn the following: souvenir and souvenir industries. Why do tourists want to buy souvenirs? Shopping. What motivates tourists to become shoppers? The value of shopping as a tourist activity.
Souvenir and souvenir industries. Many researchers have made a definition on souvenirs. The need the tourist feels of taking with him elements that perpetuate the tourist experience has given rise to an important industry on memoirs or souvenirs, dedicated to the fabrication of products which are bought by the tourist for his own use or to be given as gifts to members of the social nucleus closest to him, as said by Schluter. The souvenir industry encompasses both handmade objects and those produced on massive scale. Graburn says that the kind of souvenir showing activity was a way for them to express their higher social status in their everyday life. He affirms that souvenirs are the tangible proof of having undertaken a trip, but that the real function is to remember experiences. Swanson thinks that souvenirs were specific objects that served as reminders of a special event or memory, and this included postcards, t-shirts, and local crafts. Gordon defined souvenirs as some specific objects that reminded certain incident or journey. The existence of souvenirs could help visitors explore definition and stay in contact with a travel experience not long ago, and tourists purchased souvenirs as a proof of the places they had visited. Gordon proposed that souvenirs could be put into 5 categories: pictorial images, piece of the rock souvenirs. Symbolic shorthand souvenirs might offer no reference to a particular place and are inscribed with words. Local product souvenirs. Pictorial images such as postcards, photographs, illustrated books about particular regions, and poker cards with local image that are available at places of tourist attraction. Piece of the rock souvenirs. Materials or objects. These are usually natural objects such as rocks, shells, or pine cones taken from the natural environment. For example, shells from seaside, mud from Dead Sea. Symbolic shorthand souvenirs. These are usually manufactured products and related to a real object or monument. For example, a miniature Eiffel Tower from Paris, France, or a miniature building of New York City, Taj Mahal of Agra, Petronas Towers of Kuala Lumpur. Some types of souvenirs might offer no reference to a particular place and are inscribed with words which identifies them in place and time. For example, a t-shirt which had little meaning by itself but is marked Go Goa will become a souvenir full of memories. Local product souvenirs include a variety of objects such as ethnic foods and crafts that could be brought back. For example, Mysore pak from Mysore, sandalwood figurines, Channapatna toys, jute and bamboo products from northeast states of India. Why do tourists want to buy souvenirs? Proposed tourist purchase intentions include physical intention and social or psychological intention. The reason tourists buy souvenirs is to satisfy the basic needs of traveling life and for psychological satisfaction. Psychological dimension. This includes seeking something new, seeking the originality, uniqueness, and seasonal of a souvenir. Seeking something beautiful. Souvenirs not only have to be functional and monumental, but can also possess aesthetic value. Seeking fame. To show off one's status, prestige, and reputation. For example, one could show that he had been to a certain destination and obtain respect and admiration from others, or to display one's ability, reputation, and status. Seeking practicality. Finding the functionality of a souvenir. The main focus was its practicality, durability, and convenience. Seeking a bargain. A souvenir purchased that has excellent quality and reasonable price. Seeking something interesting. Expect to purchase something special that was related to one's favorite, such as stamps of different nationality or souvenir with local landmark. Product attribute. This is a combination of products' external and internal characteristics and properties. In other words, the product's quality and its noticeability through its appearance, price, function, and brand. According to Park, Jaworski, and McLinnis, consumers' requirement in product attributes could be categorized as utilitarian attributes, satisfying consumers' functional needs. The souvenir solves external problems or fulfills a certain purpose or mission. Hedonic attributes bring consumer emotion or provide pleasant, fantasy, and sensory feelings. Symbolic attributes. According to Park's definition, this attribute could promote consumers' self-image, role, status, group belonging, or self-identity. The main intention of hedonic or entertainment-oriented products was to obtain sensory pleasure, fantasy, and enjoyment, but the main intention of utilitarian or goal-oriented products was to satisfy basic needs or achieve functional tasks. The other type of symbolic products consumers obtains for self-confirmation or to identity from others through this kind of purchase according to Park. Environmental attribute. Atmosphere of shopping environment according to Semaine, Van Riel, Ambrosini. The attraction is physical surrounding of the store, the feeling towards the product. Tang and Tan are of the view that the sensible service quality, merchandise mix, value for money and availability, ease of movement, parking, and continuous traveling helps in promoting such products. Pasakik says that location, uniform store hours, easy accessibility, available and free parking, and proximity to lodging facilities and the attitude of salesperson play a very important role. Buy for whom? The consideration of buying for whom was often an important decision factor, whether consumers purchase souvenirs or not. Tourists or visitors might buy less when buying for themselves, but might purchase more when buying for family and friends. And the reason for this usually was because they wanted to extend the feeling of this trip or to share it with family and friends. Finally, it can be concluded that the tourism industry designates tourism souvenirs as commemorative merchandise associated with a location, often including geographic information and usually produced in a manner that promotes souvenir collecting. Throughout the world, souvenir trade is an important part of the tourism industry, serving a dual role. First, to help improve the local economy, and second, to allow visitors to take with them a memento of their visit, ultimately to encourage them to visit again. Souvenirs as objects include mass-produced merchandise such as clothing, t-shirts and hats, collectibles, postcards, refrigerator magnets, miniature figures, household items like mugs, bowls, plates, ashtrays, egg timers, spoons, notepads, plus many others. Souvenirs also include non-mass produced items like folk art, handicrafts and antiques, and non-commercial items such as natural objects and anything else that a person attaches nostalgic value to and collects among his personal belongings. Shopping. Shopping plays as an important role in tourist activity and also as a tourism product. It is almost a given thing that most tourist activity is inextricably linked to some form of shopping, through food and drink, souvenir purchases, or through activity choices. Of course, there is a degree of supposition to aligning shopping and tourism because it is difficult to plot retail spending patterns against tourists and non-tourists because of the differing nature of tourist activity. Shopping as an ancillary function of the visitor attraction. For example, bucket and spade, sunglasses, parasols, snorkeling kit are usually available in shops at the seaside. Shopping for travel and tourism products within retail sectors which are, as a result, influenced by seasonality. Examples of this include swimming costumes, tents, and travel accessories. Shopping for essentials whilst on holiday, carried out mainly by those taking self-catering holidays, which need to stock up on food and household items. Shopping as a distinct tourism activity where the experience is designed as a shopping destination and for the most part, therefore, requires participants to travel as a prerequisite to shopping. Shopping to experience local culture through an engagement with local products, local craftspeople, and a desire to purchase something which truly belongs to and is from the destination. Let us understand the meaning and definitions of shopping defined by some authors. Coles identifies the spatial, temporal, and purchasing behavior of tourists as shoppers, the type and nature of goods acquired as part of shopping episodes and tourist shopping performances. Shields identifies a social emphasis on consumption which places shopping at the heart of many people's recreational activities. It is crucial to recognize that shopping in this context is discussed as a leisure activity as part of the tourist experience. This, as a result, is embedded within the experience that tourists have come to expect. It is a powerful argument that destinations must seek to define the local product, define the brand for that local product, seek to support traditional and local crafts and producers, define the destination shopping profile like quaint market towns, modern shopping center, position shopping and retail within marketing material. What motivates tourists to become shoppers? Literal describes 4 types of tourists and demonstrates the link between their tourist activity and their shopping patterns. Culture, natural and historical, modern and entertainment, outside activities. It is the purpose of the original trip linked to the type of person who would engage in a given activity that influences shopping choices. The value of shopping as tourist activity. To further define the relationship between tourist choice and shopping preferences, it is useful to understand why people want to shop in the first instance, and more importantly, what relationship exists between the core tourism market for destinations and that market's retail interests. Moscardo discusses the role that shopping centers play in the development of a destination. These include shopping satisfaction and service quality, aspects of souvenir purchase, motivations for and benefits of shopping, shopping as a tourist activity. This is, of course, supported by the impact of retail on local economies, which also reflects the importance of local retail offer. The economic contribution of retail is felt through direct consumer spending and through local employment and quality of life as a result of increasing job opportunities. The indirect regional investment, which is generated through the supply chain and then induce employment opportunities through greater inward investment from logistics, finance, and hospitality businesses. Jung identifies that as a popular holiday activity, shopping often accounts for a significant portion of a holiday budget, and destinations are therefore more and more interested in creating shopping opportunities to increase both their attractiveness and tourist spend. Destinations encourage shopping as a leisure or hedonistic activity by providing unique, attractive shops, settings, range of goods, and ambience. Souvenirs are a way to preserve special trip memories. There are clear links between the age, gender, and shopping activity. This influences the types of shops each group will visit. A traditional family group is likely to visit most shops because their mixed retail typologies mean that they all have different interests. A wide appeal can be achieved, therefore, through a mixed retail offer, as is often seen in branded shopping outlets. Shopping in the city. As Moscardo identifies, many destinations have sought to capitalize on this importance by developing shopping malls and precincts as tourist attractions. In cities, the design of shopping centers has been another focus of investigating the relationship between architecture and consumerism. Most modern shopping facilities include in their design catering spaces, childcare areas, events and entertainment facilities, including cinemas and bars, creating a micro-destination within the destination. This progression is to be commended in the context of the extra visitor numbers generated. But often, the businesses which populate these microcosms of commerce are required to pay a considerably higher rent than the local businesses can afford, and such a location may not be the right choice for traditional retailers. Not only that, as many of these centers are full of similar high street retailers, the local product remains in its traditional location on the high street. It is crucial then to plan how to encourage potential visitors to move from shopping centers to the traditional retail areas, to explore these and to make them purchase goods. This can be achieved through promotional activities, cultural events, and other activities that raise the profile of traditional shopping areas. Ultimately, modern and traditional shopping areas serve the same as well as different consumers, and both can serve the other as a promotional tool. After all, the whole design of the modern shopping experience is led through its architectural form. The architecture of these shopping centers creates an image, profile, and publicity that gives nationwide coverage, which most traditional retailers envy. Shopping in smaller destinations. In smaller towns, shopping malls compete with traditional shopping centers and market towns, potentially pulling consumers away from these retail environments, with the promise of easy parking, easy access, long opening hours, and shelter from inclement weather. The threat here is actually twofold. The first issue is the threat from the designer shopping environment, which has been discussed, and the other comes from the impact of out-of-town retail parks, which have replaced the traditional butcher, baker, and grocer of the traditional market town. In this situation, it is even more important to build upon local identity and products to consider the wider shopping environment. The market town needs to compete not just on the retail offer but the quality of experience of the shopper. This means to offer some of the same benefits provided by out-of-town shopping areas and retail centers, such as places to shelter from the rain, facilities for families, a good quality retail offer, clean toilets, a good catering offer, and secure parking in these traditional shopping areas as well. External influences on shopping. Shopping as a leisure activity is more susceptible to external influences than other sectors of the tourism economy, particularly economic impacts. It is towards this notion that people save some of their available money to ensure that they can still enjoy leisure activities even during an economic downturn. When people have less money to spend, they may still visit shopping destinations, but they may not spend as much money. Whilst this means that car parks and services still generate income, managers must consider the longer-term impacts that a decline in retail can induce, such as closed down and disused shops, which detract from the image of the destination. As a result, marketing and promotion become important during lean times when less disposable income is available, and a destination with a wide retail offer is likely to compete well in a more competitive marketplace. Suggestions for promotion of shopping. In order to make the most of the opportunities offered by shopping as a tourist activity, consider the following. Work towards the creation of a strong retail brand which emphasizes all that is good about the shopping offer and which has features that make that offer different, innovative, interesting, mixed, local, and either traditional or modern. Consider the motives for tourists as shoppers within any research which is carried out into the local and regional visitor economy. Work towards a retail offer which is supported by a good quality infrastructure. Access, car parks, car park charges, and cleanliness planning restrictions. This is not something a destination management organization DMO can achieve on its own, but can be achieved through working with other stakeholders, in particular the local authorities and town and city center management companies. Try to develop projects which are focused on local foods, local crafts, or based on local industries. Many of these projects can be funded through the government or tourism promotion bodies. The Infrastructure Development Authority should be working as an integral part of the planning system, where tourism will be a key aspect of development in that location. Build a strong relationship with chambers of commerce, regional development agencies, and others who are involved in promoting inward investment through retail.
The level to which destinations consider the recommendations provided here really depends on how important shopping is to the destinations and the type of shopping that is available. Destination branding tends to reflect the type of product on offer, which has often evolved because of the nature of the destination. Thus, the historic market towns tend to attract boutique shops and independents, whilst cities tend to attract major chains with independent retailers found in the picturesque historic peripheries of the city center. So, some of the development of the shopping product is organic and related to the historical development of the destination. Thank you.